guys, Jez here from nigezza.co.uk. Happy New Year. I'm here with the new catalogue and the new celebration, and I can actually open it. Well, I can't actually open it today because it's New Year's Eve when I'm filming this, but when you see it, I can open it. So, celebration, if you don't know what it is, this is a separate little catalogue that comes with this one, and if you spend £45 either in this catalogue or the main catalogue or on the clearance rack, you will then be able to choose an item in here for free. That's it, absolutely free. There are 2 levels. You'll see at the beginning you've got these sort of Calypso Coral starbursts there. That's free with £45, and then this greener one, I know that's Tranquil Tide, that's free with £90, and those are the ones at the back. So it's that die set and this lovely lily stamp set here. Those are the 2 that are free with a £90 purchase, and then everything else is a £45 purchase for you to choose free. This is the one that this is the stamp set I'm using today, and I'm also going to be using some of this ribbon as well. You will have seen me use the ribbon before. I think that's all I've used in here, but I have shown you this beautiful foil sheets, and I have shown you this DSP when I've shown you my paper share, which is still running. So if you want to sort of click over to my blog or click back on my channel, all the details of that are there, and there's still time to sign up to that. You've got until the 10th of January to sign up to that. And in here you'll also see this amazing bag. Now the only way that you can get this bag is by joining up, being a new joiner to Stampin' Up during celebration. So you've got until the end of March to join up, and you can get one of these lovely bags. Even I can't get it now. I got mine before celebration started. That's when we demonstrators could buy ours, and we had to pay £47 for it, but you'll be paying equivalent of £26 for yours, because the 2 options are you pay £99 to join and you choose £170 worth of product of whatever you want, or option 2 is you spend £26 more and you get that £170 worth of product plus you get this, which is why I say this works out at £26. So that is fabulous. So I would encourage anybody who is thinking, I'm going to place more than a £99 order, well, you may as well join up, and I would be delighted to have you on my team. And then the new Stampin' Up catalogue, I have given you a little sneak peek at the papers, and I am going to be using the Gingham Gala. I can't find now. I have brought you a card with the Gingham Gala. I just like the fact that I can flick through the catalogue. So this is Gingham Gala, which I think is my favourite. There I've got Love This. These are my little post-its I stuck in on stage. So I have brought you a project using this. My customer thank yous for last month were using this, and my little gifts that went out with the catalogue, although I think that's coming out after this video, so you won't have seen that yet. So I'm going to be using this paper here. Okay, so that's enough waffle in it. Let's just get on with it. So we are using So Hoppy Together, and I've made these 2 little note cards with it. So there is our little froggy on the front there. So I'm going to show you how I made these little note cards using this set here. Okay, so let me get on. So I have taken ordinary standard sheets of cardstock and I've cut it in half and in half again. So this is a quarter sheet. My measurements that I've done for my mats are for standard A4, but you'd be able to adjust it quite easily if you're using 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I might work it out for you and put it on my blog. If I can get my calculator out, I'm sure I can do it. Okay, so that's what I've done, and then I've just folded them half and scored them. So I have my two cards like that. So to make these 4, I just used 1 standard sheet. Okay, and then I've cut down some Whisper White to mat in them. They're slightly smaller mats than I usually do an 1/8 all round, but I've cut them slightly smaller because it's a smaller card. So I've got mats for the inside and mats for the outside of these, and I've got some spare bits for stamping on for the top, and then I've got a bit of that to do the matting around the outside. Okay, and then I've got some of the Gingham Gala. Gingham Gala paper comes in 5 colours. We have Balmy Blue, Daffodil Delight, Highland Heather and Grapefruit Grove, as well as the twisted lemon lime twist. I knew I'd get there in the end. Twisted lemon. And it also comes with this lovely ribbon, which is also free in Celebration. So you can get these 5 spools of ribbon absolutely free for spending £45. You get this stamp set absolutely free for spending £45, and it's a cling mount stamp set. So the new cling mounts, which are much stickier, which is why I've got the image stuck to the stamps now. Okay, I'm sure you just went, Jez, get on with making the card. I'll get on with making the card. Right, so first thing, let's do some stamping and some colouring. And I have got my stamps mounted up. And I'm going to use some black Memento ink. And I'm going to put him in the middle because I want to die cut him out. I didn't stick this image on the top very well. I worked out how to do it better after doing this set. There we go. Now some people have been colouring these in, well, a lot of people have been colouring these in using the blends. I'm going to watercolour mine. I'm looking for my Stamp and Scrub right now. I was designing this late last night, and yeah, I don't know where it is. There we go. Right, so I'm using my watercolour pencils and the blend pen as well with it. That's what I'm using it. So I'm not going to use a paintbrush. I'm going to use the blend pen. And I've got Lemon Lime Twist. Yeah, I've got a Lemon Lime Twist pencil because this comes in the card kit that's in the annual catalogue. You get 4 pencils in the card kit. So you get Rich Raspberry and Old Olive, which you already get in this. But then you get these 2 new colours, Flirty Flamingo and Lemon Lime Twist. I don't know why I can't think of Lemon Lime Twist. So I'm using the Lemon Lime Twist to colour my Mr. Froggy in. I'm going to put that there and that there to remind myself of how I did it. And basically what I did was I just went down each limb. I love watercolouring in this way because you don't, with the pencils, because you don't have to worry. And then I'm just going around the edges. Around the side of the face, under the eyes, and then that's enough colour, as then you take your blender pen and it moves the colour for you and you get that sort of watercoloured look. And I find this really relaxing to do. You can use paintbrush, you do not have to use the blender pen. And just be careful, Memento ink actually is not recommended for watercolouring because it is a water-based one, but because I'm using the blender pen, I think it's alright. If I was using a paintbrush, then I maybe wouldn't have used Memento. I'd have used an archival ink, which won't bleed with water. Memento is what you would use with our blends, our alcohol markers. But as I say, because I'm using the blender pen, I'm not really saturating it in water, so it doesn't really matter. And then you just get rid of the colour there. And then to do his belly, I did a mixture of yellow and orange. So I basically went round the tummy, edge, and then I just did a stroke of orange. I did Google frogs. There is quite a lot of different styles of frogs out there. But there was a frog that was a bit like this. And then I'm going to do these dots in exactly the same way, just to give them a little bit of colour. And then I'm using, this one is melon mango, and that's what I'm using for his eyes. And then I just used a bit of the flamingo. So inside there. And then for the bike, I used a bit of grey and a bit of black. So I've used grey on the saddle and the pedals and around the cog and down the centre, and then the black, just put little bits around the wheel. Going to colour the grey first. And then the black. So that is the little bike done and the frogs done, like so. And then I just wanted to give a little bit of sort of shadow around the frogs, you can see there, and sort of on the road. So to do that, on this one, all I did was I just did strokes, like so, and then I just drew a little bit under where I thought we might have a little bit of shadow. So just very faint lines like that, and then I took my blender pen and I just went over them, and it just softens them a little bit. I did the similar thing last year with the pandas. So it just gives it a little lift up from the page. And then I do the same with this frog. I did a little bit of grey around this bit of the frog. And then, as if he was sitting on water, I took my Bermuda Bay and I just did a line around the edge, and in the same way just used my pen to soften it a bit. And that's it. You don't have to be a really good artist. You're just putting down a little bit of colour and then smudging it basically and moving the colour around a bit. So that's it. So that's my froggies. You can use the blender pens, and I might do one in the future where I do use the blender pen. Right, so this one is getting cut out with the 2-inch circle punch, like so. And then I'm using the Starburst punch to cut out another scrap, a Starburst. And then they're going to get layered up together. And then this one I'm using the stitched oval and a scalloped oval to cut that one out, and I shall do that in a minute. I'm just going to stamp my sentiments first, and this one I stamped on the gingham. I think I'm going to do a little bit different this time. So I used the Amazing Life, and I used I Believe in You on that one. And I'm just going to do You're Amazing this time. And I think I'm going to do it and stick it on like a sentiment topper. So I'm going to bring in my memento again. Oh, I've obviously done Happy Birthday. I obviously changed my mind. I was going to do You Are Amazing, but gone with Happy Birthday. There we go, and then we'll do the a bit of whisper weight. There we go. And I'm punching those out, so I'm going to use the 1-inch punch for the You Can Do Anything. 1-inch circle punch, that is, and that fits in there nicely. And I'm using the 1 1/8 scallop, and out of a scrap I'm cutting that, so those two layer up, and then I'm using this label punch for that one, and that happy birthday fits in perfect in that one. And then I will cut one in this and layer it on that. I think I haven't decided, so I just need to now go and do a bit of die cutting, so I will pause and come back. So there, so I've done my die cutting, so I've just used the largest stitched oval and the largest scalloped oval, and that's how those two are layered together. Okay, so let's get building the card up. So I did think that I might use this and mat this on there just to be different, because I've got that piece there and I can. So these were cut at 4 inches by 2 3/4, which is what this was cut. So I'm going to have to trim that down a bit if I'm going to do this. So I get the trimmer. Want it to sit flat. It works better when it's sat flat. So that's 4 inches, so we'll come in come in 1/8. And that is 2 3/4, so we're coming 1/8 to 2 5/8. And then that should mat on there with a thin border. Yep, that's what I want. Okay. So I'm going to stick this down first. It is New Year's Eve here. It's about 6 o'clock, I think, and fireworks have been going off probably about an hour or more, and they will continue, no doubt, to go off all night. And I have just seen a cat walking on the garden wall down there, and I'm really quite surprised to see an animal out. Obviously it's a tough old cat. So this one I did it so that we had the larger check on the outside, and that one's got the smaller. I think I'm going to stick with that. And I am am gonna, so these will be 4 little note cards. I did think I might make a box for them. Not in this video, but I'll bring you another video where I make some envelopes and a box for these. And then what I did was I popped this up on a dimensional. I thought I located my dimensionals. Clearly late night crafting last night, and they've gone off, probably with my Stamp and Scrub. And what I did on this one is I put a little sequin there. I thought I'd put the sequins nearby. We have, oh yeah, they are. We have these self-adhesive sequins that go with the Gingham Gala suite, and I just stuck one on the wheel thing there. So I thought that was quite cute. And I might put one there because I've stamped that a little bit lower, so there's room for one there. So that's that. And then to finish off the other one, I thought I'd cut that so that could go over, but it can't. So I'm going to stick that over like that. The way I did that one, they were two separate, but then it was quite hard to attach the ribbon. So I'm not going to do that this time. This was one 6x6 sheet, so I'd cut them. These are 4 inches, so I'd cut it at 4 inches, and then I cut it at 2 3/4 this way, so I ended up with a little strip. And then of course I had this 2-inch strip, so these are 2 inches by 2 3/4. So I just want a little bit of ribbon, and I'm just going to put a bit of fast fuse to hold it in place. And I'm going to stick that . And then like that. And then I stuck this up on dimensionals. So I did put a little glue dot under the ribbon first to hold it down a bit. think the pokey tool's off playing with the stamp and scrub and whatever else it was that I've lost. Oh, my dimensionals. And then put these on. And then, as I say, I stamped that straight onto the gingham, but then I thought about having it like that, and I quite like it like that. So I might redo that and stick it over the top, because one of these would stick over the top quite easily, and it's whether or not I stick one of these behind. Yeah, I think I will. Let's just have a bit of colour peeping over. And then I'll stick that up on the dimensionals as well. And then we just need to stick these on the inside to finish it off. And you could do some stamping on the inside as well. I might do that later. That's the one I've just made. So there we are. 4 little note cards using the new So Hoppy Together. There we are. What a cute little frog. Never thought I'd ever say frogs were cute, because I actually don't like them. They quite scare me when I see them hopping about. Okay, don't mind a mouse running around, frog hopping, and I'm on top of a chair. Okay, all the details will be on my blog, nigezza.co.uk, and yeah, get it free. How nice. See you soon.